All right. What's up? How's everybody doing? It's Cab the Casual DJ back with you guys again for day. Wait a minute, trying to get situated here for day 25. For the 30-day challenge, going down the stretch. About to get it a little late, but don't pay that no mind. But anyway, we're gonna do it. This is Motivational Mondays. Hold up, I don't have my stuff together. This is Motivational Mondays. The thing I forgot yesterday was the boomerang effect. I forgot what it was. I should have wrote it down. This time I got it wrote down, the boomerang effect. And today, just basically, I was going back and forth between two different things. I was trying to combine them. I may do a little of both. But anyways, refusal to fail and destroy all your excuses. I was trying to combine that with the resistance blockages. And the resistance blockages are stories, analogies, and resistance blockages. So I was trying to combine all of that. So whatever. We may throw that in. We made that. I'm going to try to make it a little quick and then go into the project we got going next week for the students in the classroom. The 10 days to cash flow is actually a 10-day challenge. But anyway, let's get into it. I was kind of going back and forth what I was going to do, so I'm going to go ahead on and do this one, and we may squeeze some more in there, and then maybe not. We'll go with it. But yeah, I went through a bunch of stuff today, so that's why it's focusing on the refusal to fail. Refuse to fail, destroy all your excuses. And you have to do that with emotion, with enthusiasm, and all of that. You have to change your state. Tony Robbins is big on that. If you don't keep yelling and repeating that phrase or that statement or that declaration, you can keep doing that until you do change your state, and it does happen. You change your state, which you change your mind. I don't want to go too deep into that, but Tony's big into that change your state thing. But anyway, refusal to fail, when a person says that, to think that's basically determination, that's confidence, that's probably from frustration, and you decide to make that declaration, and you just refuse to fail. Now, the simpler you go with the bare minimum of what you're trying to do, if it's not a huge thing to do or ambitious, then the more room for failure and excuses that you push out, because you're making it simpler. You change the state again, you're destroying your excuses. Now, even if it's something simple, not too simple, like going to the refrigerator and getting a sandwich. But I mean, if it's super simple, you make it super simple and doesn't stretch you as much, or some things stretch you a whole lot. Simplicity itself can also become your enemy as well, even though it's something simple to do. As long as it's not mundanely simple, like I said, like, eating a sandwich or something. But if your success becomes easier and simpler, then by necessity, here's what happens. And I've been through this. The blockages and the resistances also become simpler and smaller and goofier. Instead of something huge stopping you, it'd be little bitty stupid stuff that stops you. And I call that the goofiness factor. At the time I was doing this, I think my phone was going out. What was going on? My power, when I was writing this, is one of my notes. And I was dealing with some little $5 and $10 stuff that was causing me problems. I had lost the charger to my phone, cut off security. It was a lot of little bit. It wasn't really no earth-shattering stuff, but it was stupid enough to just frustrate you or whatever. Little bitty stuff. So instead of wallowing in negativity, getting lost in negativity, the heroes in the story, regardless of who the enemy is or the opponent is, the heroes always press on in the face of multiple resistances, sometimes simultaneously. I'm a big Star Trek fan. It was this big episode called The Tholians, or they was fighting the Tholians, something about the Tholians. I'm a big, just the OG Star Trek, Captain Kirk, the 60s. But Spock had to fight the Tholians. He had to rescue the captain. And he was trying to rescue him, but he had to deal with a mysterious illness. It was a mental illness that was affecting the crew at the same time. And thirdly, he had to deal with criticisms and debates and infighting from his senior officers. And then fourthly, he had self-doubt, that even though he was a Vulcan, he had to deal with his own limitations. Now, all of this stuff was happening simultaneously. Now, this is just a TV show. It's just a fictional show. But it's still, there's a lot of stuff you can learn from it. Each crisis, each conflict, each altercation, each disturbance or resistance would happen or attack within seconds of each other. So, and this is just a fictional story. You can go to the Bible and get stories. You can go back in history and get stories. There's stories all over the place. That's why I was going to go into the stories, analogies, resistance. I might still go into it. But that's what I'm talking about. So just because you make it simpler, and I'm talking from experience, it doesn't eliminate, or sometimes it doesn't even minimize the resistance. Because remember, resistance is kind of a law. It makes them goofier and smaller and stupider, or more stupid, but it doesn't stop them. They just change form. So let's switch gears on that. Let's think more positively, think more optimistically. Your success isn't just based on simplicity and bare minimums. It's not just about that. That helps. Your success is because of determination and confidence, even if you're going against goofiness. It's because of changing your state. Sometimes you don't have to change your state. Sometimes you just have to make your mind up. It's because of focus, visualization, acknowledgement, awareness, advanced preparation, and consistency, courage, and breaking through your fears. Now, that's a mouthful that I just said, but all of that is enough to fill up a couple of books that I just said. And one of the stories and analogies I use is like a football game. That's a sports analogy. 12-step recovery. That's an analogy, drug analogy. Building process and the construction process. That's a construction analogy. You're growing, you're feeding, you're watering, you're nurturing, you're protecting, you're loving, you're caring for the seed of your success. That's a growth analogy. It's also a family analogy, or like a plant, type of, because growing is something that lives. So this is the seed of success, or the baby of great success, wealth, accomplishment, whatever. It's a journey. That's another analogy. It's a voyage. That's another analogy. The great success, wealth, accomplishment, achievement, all of that. All of these problems and obstacles are really just delays. Doesn't seem that way because they're frustrating. Depending on what your mindset is, they're really just delays. Doesn't mean that they're going to do anything. Think about that. Just delays. They're inconveniences, they're delays, and they're setbacks. None of those things mean automatic failure. It may be small, goofy, stupid, or whatever, but it doesn't mean automatic or ultimate failure. Now I go real deep into failure in another one. I got another note called The Psychology of Failure, analyzing the science and the psychology of failure. And then, actually, like I said, get the other one, talking about the resistance blockages for 10-day, where is it at? Oh yeah, 10-day modules for the analysis. So, alright, that's about it. So it's K of the Casual DJ. I'm going to finish everything up here, and I'll come back at you guys later. Check me out. It's been a good one. Thanks a lot. Peace.